Oh yeah, we doing some cooking today. Oh yeah, over here looking like a used car salesman. No, that's dumb. Over here looking like I'm gonna yell at some kids at somebody's select baseball game. That was dumb. Scratch that. What's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode. It's your boy Jabril, and today we are going to make some bison steak sandies. I'm excited. I've made steak sandwiches before, different versions of steak sandwiches, but this one we're using bison. Why? Because it's a leaner cut of meat, something that I have recently started to enjoy, and because I said so. So, before we get too far ahead, if you're new, make sure you hit that sub button for me and notification button for me. Throw a comment down below, share this with your friends and family. Let's get started. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to get my onions chopped. Now, these caramelized onions I have made before. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be close. But we're going to do caramelized red onions to go on top of our sandwich. So, the onion should be the only veggie that you need to prep. I am going to add some sliced tomatoes to this. But for prep-wise, other than maybe slicing some tomato, the onion is the only thing you got to chop. So that's kind of nice. Again, a lot of these recipes that I've been trying to do recently are just simple, easy, quick meals, especially after a long day. And if you're dieting like I am, or just trying to eat better in general. Just trying to find quick and effective meals that work, that taste great, and that don't suck and don't take a long time to make. So, peeling my onions, and then we're just going to thin slice these and set them off to the side, and then we'll cook our steaks. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and slice my tomato. Alright, so I got my onions all sliced and ready to go, and then I got my tomatoes sliced and ready to go, and I actually cut them in half because this was a big mater. Okay, so now we're going to start on our steaks. So I have them here sitting on a paper towel, and I just want to kind of make sure that they're nice and dry. I also let them come up to room temp, just because they'll cook easier that way. And with bison meat, it's lean meat, it doesn't have a whole lot of fat, and so you want to help it as much as possible. So by doing simple things like letting it get up to room temp, by seasoning it well, by adding enough fat to it, or oil, whatever. I'm going to use my avocado spray. Doing everything you can to make it the same way you would a steak goes a long way. So, all I'm going to do is season this with some salt and some garlic powder. The rest of the flavor is going to come from the caramelized onions and the sauce that we're going to make. So, I'm going to go ahead and season these, and then we'll sear these bad puppies off. Alright, so went ahead and sprayed my pan. Got my pan going. It's almost there. So let's go ahead and throw on our steakums. Okay, and I'm going to let these go for about probably 4 minutes aside. Just until they get to about medium, probably medium rare, medium. Probably lean more towards medium rare, just because, again, it's a tough cut of meat, and I don't want to cook it too much, or else it gets tough and chewy and gross. Now, we are slicing into it, so that'll help a little bit, but I still want it about medium, probably medium rare. Alright, so pull these off. We're going to let these rest. Set these off to the side, but we're going to use all the stuff in here and make our caramelized onions. Alright, so got my onions back on. We're going to turn our heat on medium. I'm going to spray this with a little bit of oil, just a little bit. Okay, and this is one whole onion, and I'm going to throw in a tablespoon of minced garlic. Okay, mix those around, really try and grab any of that stuff that's on the bottom of the pan onto the onions. Okay, give these about 1 to 2 minutes just to get started. And then we're going to deglaze the pan with some red cooking wine. Okay, and I did about 1/4 cup of that. And we're just going to kind of let this go, do its thing. Let that red wine reduce and soak into those onions, and also get all the good yummy stuff on the bottom of the pan onto the onions. Okay, I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. Okay, then I'm gonna add a tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay, and then we're just gonna let this go until everything reduces, until these onions get nice and soft and really take on all the flavors of everything in the pan. And you wanna keep your pan on about a low to medium heat, and hopefully have it go for about 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes tops, but let it go low and slow and really let it break down and do its thing. All right, so our onions are just about done. Let's go ahead and make our sauce. So it's gonna be a very simple horseradish sauce. So, of course, horseradish, some olive oil mayo, a little bit of garlic, and some black pepper. All right, so I did about a 1/4 cup of mayo. I'm gonna do about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Okay, then I did about a tablespoon of horseradish. Then I'm gonna do about a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, perfect. Our onions are just about done. About another minute. I don't want them to go too long because then they'll start to burn. But that's done. So let's go ahead and assemble a sandwich. All right, so I have one of my steaks. It's been resting for a little bit. Now I'm just thinly slicing it. The thinner the better, the thinner the easier it will be to eat. And we're looking at about probably medium rare is what we're hitting right now, so I'm okay with that. And again, it's a tough cut of meat, and so you don't want it to be too done, but you want some doneness to it. But honestly, I would say any more than that, you're hitting tough with, especially with something like this, you're hitting real tough, chewy territory. And that's not for a fun time. All right, so I got that. And then I got just a normal whole wheat sub bun. I think they're called bolelli roll. I don't know how to pronounce it, but rolls. But let's go ahead and assemble a sandwich. All right, so unfortunately all I had was big plates, but let's cut our roll. And I wanna cut it this way. All right, so the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna add my sauce. Okay, then I'm gonna add my cheese. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and add my steak to this. Then I got some arugula that we're gonna add to this. And then a couple of our sliced tomatoes. I'm feeling a little, ooh, forgot our onions. Can't forget the onions. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more sauce. All right, let's see if we can't close this up. Not the prettiest sandwich, I can tell you that. Let's make this a little bit more presentable. But let's go ahead and see if we can't try and eat this. Good luck. Alright, I'm going to attempt to eat this, and this is going to be a disaster. So bear with me. Alright, cheers. Okay, so very messy, first off. The meat was cut perfectly. It needed to be very, very thin. The arugula is just a nice touch. The cheese really helps add a little bit of, I guess, fat to the bison. The bison's cooked perfectly, by the way. And then the horseradish sauce, it's not as harsh as I would like it to be. I like it a little. I really like horseradish. I really like horseradish. But it works because then it cuts kind of the, I guess, the black pepper from the caramelized onions. And so you get that little bit of sweetness, a little bit of heat, and then the yummy steak. And honestly, the tomato was just kind of there, just to be there. But sometimes it is what it is. You definitely need some sort of thick bread to hold all of this, because this is a very messy sandwich. But it is a very good sandwich. I tell you what. Bueno. Well, guys, there you have it. A bison steak sandwich. Quite yummy, quite delicious. But, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, peace out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. I did it again. I do say so myself.